Hey, what up everybody, it's Seni, and this is Bloodborne on PS4, and today this is the final part, the last part. We're done, we beat the game. This is post-commentary. I already know what happens, but sometimes it's easier to record them this way. I just jumped into the game like, hey, let's see. I got 30 minutes. I'm gonna go and see how far I can make it. I'm gonna record it, and then I'm gonna just do commentary over it after we get however far. I didn't know how far we would get. But anyway, last time we got the blood rock. We freed the brain of Mensis, and we did the make contact gesture to it. We killed it. We got a bunch of cool stuff. I didn't even go back to the dream to upgrade my weapon with the blood rock or anything. I'm just trying to go as far as I can, try to beat the game in the 30 minutes I had in this session. And I think we gotta take this elevator up, and it'll bring us close to the end. What you want to do is find the shadows of Yharnam here. They're a little bit weaker than the bosses, I would say, because I'm killing them in like 2 or 3 hits, it seems like. So this is where the end of the level is you just follow these guys, and don't be too reckless with them, because there is 3 of them. There's one up top that shoots fire, and it's just like the boss fight. There's one that uses a sword, there's one that has like a flame sprayer, and there's one that shoots magic. So here's the one shooting magic, blasting me in the face. But if I didn't say it already, this is post-commentary. I already know what happens. We do beat the game in this one, and it was we were a lot closer than I thought. Just the one boss left, and then the ending we got was just the regular, get your head cut off ending. The easy one to get. I could have got the 3 umbilical cords. I know how to get them and everything. I would have had to go back to Yosefka's clinic, kill her, get that one, and then go to Ariana where she dies, go into the sewers and go to her body, and that's where you get the other one. And we already have one, so that would be the 3 cords, and you consume them, and then you would talk to Gehrman, and you would refuse to have, be killed, and that's how you do the Moon Presence boss fight. The other ending is you refuse without the cords, and you just fight Gehrman. And then the one we did is we just submitted and got our head lopped off, and you'll see that here in just a few minutes, actually. About 30 minutes or so, I think, is all we have left. So deal with these guys. What you want to do, the Shadows of Yharnam, like I said, they're just like the boss fights. They're the style of their fighting, at least. They die in 2 or 3 hits, 3 or 4 hits, really. They're not as tough as the boss, at least I don't think so. I mean, I don't think my attack got that crazy to where I'm killing them in 3 shots now, when it took so many before. I think they're just a weaker version. But there's the flame sprayer version, there's the caster version, and then there's the sword version. This little nook right here, there's really nothing down there that I could find. I think it's just where you drop down from above somewhere. We find it later on. But back in this little nook, you can get bloodstone chunks. So the end of the Nightmare of Mensis, there's a lot of Shadows of Yharnam, there's a lot of the man-eater boars, and that's really it. Just a bunch, like 3 or 4 man-eater boars, and like at least 6 Shadows of Yharnam. But that's really all there is between you and the final boss, Mergo's wet nurse. But you can sneak up on this one, give it a nice charge attack, the visceral, and he was almost dead with just that one shot, but I had to put him down with 1 R1. He had just a titty of health left. Gave us some blood vials, which we need, because I didn't go back to the dream at all. I didn't use my blood rock, I didn't upgrade my weapon to 10, didn't do anything, didn't change my armor yet. I think I do later on in this video, though. I was just going for it. I had like half my blood vials. I only had like half my weapon buffs, but I was just going for it here, just to see what I could do. And with 30 minutes left, we actually did it, and we're done with Bloodborne now. But here you have 2 man-eater boars. He went a little further than I thought he was gonna go, though. Right there. Look at those eyes all over that face. That's nasty looking. But with this level, the first 3 Shadows of Yharnam, you just want to pull 2 of them away from the caster and deal with them, and then go deal with the caster. And then you're going to meet the 1 man-eater boar. Just sneak up on him, visceral, and give him a little love tap to finish him off. Then you're going to have the 2 man-eater boars that are together here. Just pull 1, kill it, down those stairs like I did, or whatever. Just pull them back. Just be patient. Clear everything behind you so you don't have to deal with anything as you're pulling things backwards. But instead of dealing with both of them at the same time right here, just pull 1 way back, deal with it, and then come back and get this one. And what I found with these boars is if you kind of rotate one way, and you keep rotating until he charges, and then you dodge the other way, you can pretty much get out of the way pretty easily. He's gonna aim for the way you're going, so I'm gliding to the right here, gliding. I was kind of waiting for him to attack. Keep gliding to the right, and he does that move, so that was pretty easy to punish. Because he wasn't even close to me. Usually he does that when he's close, but what I would do is I would glide to the right or glide to the left until he would charge, and then I would dart back the other direction, the opposite direction. So he's going to charge and try to cut you off, but you're going to dart back the other way, and he'll totally miss, and then you can go up behind him and give him a prostate. Kin Cold Blood right here. 2 of them, it looks like, really high tier ones, 11. And up ahead we have more Shadows of Yharnam. I think there's 4 of them right here. 4 Shadows of Yharnam. So you gotta be smart with this part. You don't want to fight all 4 of them at once. They may have a little bit less health than the bosses, but they still do a lot of damage. So they're like glass cannons, and there's 4 of them. So 4 glass cannons. If you get hit 2 or 3 times, get stun locked, you're gonna die. So don't let that happen. Just pull them at 1 at a time, 2 at a time. Just don't fight them all at once. But what I decided to do was sneak around this corner, head down these stairs, and I walked that way that they didn't hear me and chase after me. I just wanted to sneak down here and see what was down here. Just a little side area down some stairs, and there's another shadow here. Somehow he heard me even though I was walking, but a couple more bloodstone chunks there. This shadow is a sword guy, and then there's another one right there by the balcony or whatever. Another sorcerer, which they do pretty good damage, but luckily I have the choir set on, which has really good magic defense, so that's good for this part right here. The choir set has like the best magic defense, I think, and then the either the Cainhurst set or the Yarhargal set has the best physical defense that I could find anyway. So dealt with those 2, got some more blood vials, so we're building up our blood vials. We started with like 12 or 13, and now we already have 17 on the last area of the game. Didn't even head back to the Hunter's Dream. Here's a Wandering Nightmare, or whatever they're called, the crystal lizard of this game, the resource monster, the upgrade material creature, and you get bloodstone chunks. I think at least multiple, 2, 3, 4 of them. Can't remember what it said there. But go up these stairs, and it's really nothing of note. So I don't even know what this area was about. Maybe just to get those bloodstone chunks. That was all I really saw over here. I was kind of confused. Like, what is this area about? I realize you can drop down. I think you can come from this way, and maybe that lets you skip the man-eater boars. I think you can drop down into the water over here, and then skip maybe the man-eater boars. But I don't know. They're not that hard, so you still have to face the 2 Shadows of Yharnam. So you're really not skipping anything. So basically you can trade 2 man-eater boars for 2 Shadows of Yharnam if you would like. I'll show you the little drop down here in a second as I wander around confused. Like, what the heck? I mean, it's a good view, but what is up with this little side area? The only thing I could think is, yeah, if you want to skip the man-eater boars and instead of doing them, you can do 2 more Shadows of Yharnam. But if you drop down here, this is where we were before. that little useless area where we dipped off and got some bloodstone chunks, and then the man-eater boar was right here that we snuck up on. But if you drop down right here, right there where I just looked over, you can get into the water right where the wandering nightmare was, and you can skip these man-eater boars, and instead of fighting them, you can fight 2 shadows of Yharnam. So it's up to you if you want to do that. I just did both because there's items in both areas, so I wanted to get everything. This is how I dealt with the shadows of Yharnam, the 4 of them, which is the most you're going to fight at once in the game, that I know of. I just pulled them back as far as I could. I cleared everything out. I didn't skip anything. Pulled them back as far as I could, and I ended up just getting the one. The one with the sword, all by his lonesome. Only takes 2, 3, 4 hits to kill. Looks like 3 or 4 right there. We traded shots at the end, but no big deal. 2 more blood vials. Got 18 now. Really good. Got my bolt paper on. Still using the saw cleaver, the uncanny saw cleaver. Got our mensis cage, our choir set. Good for, like I said, spell defense. Now we're pulling the flame sprayer guy. The pyromancer. The other 2 just forget we're there. Leave their buddy all by himself. And 3 shots. 3 shots and they're dead. That's with a +9 uncanny saw cleaver. 2 left to go. And this is almost the end of the game right here. This little staircase, you know you're almost there. Once you deal with these 4 shadows of Yharnam, that's, I think, the last enemies of this area. But the spellcaster is just letting his buddy chase after us, get singled out, and we're just gonna deal with him by himself. Little dodge, and he's dead in 2 shots. 2 shots. They don't really drop anything too great that I could see. Maybe they have something in the drop table, but I don't know. Just run around behind this one. Give him the old transform attack. Didn't even get to use this Tonitrus. Just kept trying to shoot spells at me, and I just ran around behind him and killed him. I think we're home free now. There's no more enemies, just the last boss. I forgot if you could do anything with this lady, so I was trying to figure it out. I guess not, but I don't know. I'm not. Don't take me as like a 100% completion guy right now. Eventually, we're gonna do that. We're gonna complete the game 100%, get everything. I could have probably done it in this run, but just I wanted to get to the end so we can move on to something else. Yosefka's blood vial. We got a nice big heal there that we need since we only have 18 blood vials at the moment. Here's that shortcut I was talking about in the last video. So we'll let that go down. And that will be where we started pretty much. In the beginning of this video, it's around there. It's pretty close to the lamp, so really good shortcut to get the last boss. Not sure if you have to kill this chick or not. She didn't drop anything. She didn't say anything. I don't know. I just killed her because that's the only thing you can do, really. But here is the elevator to the last boss. Mergo's Wet Nurse. Well, I mean, it can be the last boss. If you do the submit ending, this is the last boss. If you want to fight Gehrman, that's up to you. You would refuse, and you get another boss, which is Gehrman. And if you consume the 3 chords and refuse, then you get a whole nother boss. So there's 2 more bosses after this if you want. But this is the last boss if you do the the submit ending. And it's pretty difficult if you don't do a certain strategy, which I'm gonna tell you after. You'll see here in a second. But pretty awesome boss. That thing looks so cool. I love it, man. It's like a blender. Mergo's Wet Nurse. Bunch of blades. Really cool looking. I thought I could just get around behind it and fight it like that, but I would not recommend that. I would not recommend trying to dodge behind. It killed me in 1 shot. That's with the choir set on, so do not use that on this boss. He killed me in 1 hit, or she did, I guess if it's a nurse. I mean, men can be nurses, but I think in this game it's a female monster, but who knows? It's a monster. It's a it. But yeah, it just killed me in 1 shot. But we sent the shortcut elevator down, so that's no big deal. We're at the Nightmare of Mensis lamp. I'm gonna change my armor to something with more physical, because I don't think this boss does any kind of spell damage or arcane or fire or electricity or anything. So anyway, switching to what is hopefully the best physical armor in the game. I think it's the Cainhurst Armor, the Yarhargal armor, the, what's it called? Yarhargal is the second best, I think, for physical. So go with the Cainhurst armor if you got it. Try the Yarhargal black set if you don't have it. And because I think this boss only does physical damage. I don't see it do lightning, I don't see it doing fire, I don't see it doing arcane, so, and it killed me in one shot with the choir set on. So I'm switching to the physical armor, and you will see it makes a huge difference. So that is my first tip on this boss. Use either the Cainhurst armor or the Yarhargal set, or some other, your best armor that protects against physical damage. But here's the shortcut. It's really close, and it gets you right to the boss. Really awesome. And like I said, don't dodge behind the boss. That didn't work for me. I'll show you how I beat the boss right here, or maybe right here. I'm not sure. It might take us a few more tries. We'll see. I'll leave the suspense. I think do I die one more time? I can't remember. But anyway, as we take this elevator up, I gotta pull it down, because what always happens is whenever I don't send it back down, I always lose, and then I have to do this. But anyway, so if you're here for From Software games, Bloodborne, Dark Souls games, even Sekiro, stuff like that, maybe even like other kinds of Souls-like games eventually, what we're gonna do next is I'm either gonna practice my Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin any percent speed runs. I'm either gonna do that, or we're gonna go to Dark Souls Remastered, which I have and haven't played on the channel yet. So I've done a couple Dark Souls 2 speedruns on the channel if you want to check those out. They're in their own playlist. Scholar of the First Sin any percent. I beat the game in under 2 hours, and I show you how to do it as well. It's like a guide. I commentate it and tell you what to do in every part of the speedrun. Bang, got me again, but look at that. Didn't hit for as much. But anyway, basically, either going to do Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin any percent speedruns next. You know, like 1 or 2. Or go straight to Remastered, which we haven't done on the channel yet. It's got all the DLC and everything, which I haven't even played yet, believe it or not, so I'm really excited for that. But what I recommend doing on this boss, specifically with Mergo's Wet Nurse, is get in range, let her attack, don't let her hit you, and then run in, get an attack, and get the heck out. So you see what I did? You're going to bait an attack, like so, dodge in, hit her once, and then dodge back out. You got to be really patient, because it does take a while. Any other way, if you hang around her too long, she's probably going to hit you. So bait an attack out, go in, just get 1 or 2 hits in, and then, you know, get the heck out of there. You know, and also with her attack patterns, sometimes she does multiple attacks, sometimes just one. I would just assume, unless you know for sure, that it's going to be multiple attacks. Which right there, you know, I didn't assume that, and I just got nailed. There's her charge attack. It's pretty easy to dodge if you know it's coming, but if you don't know it's coming, pretty difficult. That attack is really long hitbox, so watch out for that one. Then she will also teleport like so, but that's really not a big deal. She doesn't seem to do anything very quickly after the teleportation. That's a good one to punish, but you gotta get out of there. Just run in, get one or 2 hits, and get the heck out. I got lucky there. I don't know how I didn't get hit with that one. It must have been a difference of, you know, how high or low we were. But bait and attack, run in, get 1 hit, and get the heck out. 1 or 2 hits. I think 2 is even a little bit greedy. But once you get to the second phase, it gets a little bit harder. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. So there's the 1 hit. I almost got baited in, and I still did. So sometimes she does 3 attacks, sometimes 2, sometimes 1, sometimes freaking 5. So you either gotta know it's 1 attack, or just assume it's multiple attacks. So there's the big swing. She usually only does that once, so you can punish that, and then dodge out of there. Get the heck out. Get in, get another one in, get the heck out. That one's almost always multiples, so watch out for that. This, I think, is the next phase. You can get a couple attacks in while she's doing it, but she creates a copy of herself, and now you gotta deal with 2 of them. So be careful. I just went after the original, like I kept the original targeted, and I would just dodge away from the duplicate and try to get some hits in on the original. Somehow I didn't hit her there. That was really weird. I don't know if she had iframes while she was attacking or what, but see, she got a hit there. Pretty much the same exact attack. Somehow I avoided some of those attacks, but keep getting nailed by the duplicate. I really didn't figure out how it exactly worked, but what I did, you know, is working at the moment. I don't know if you can kill the duplicate or not. I was more concentrated on the original, just to try to get out of that phase, because that was crazy. But back to baiting, running in, attacking, getting the heck out. Healing up even when you get hit a little bit, because you don't want to get killed. Even though I didn't have full blood vials, I was still pretty generous with the heals. Like there, I just wasted one. Bait an attack, run in, get an attack off, punish it, bait an attack, jump in, punish it, get out, bait an attack, get in there, punish it, get the heck out. So basically that was my strategy. It takes a while. There may be better ways of doing it, but it's working. So as long as you don't get hit by those multiple attacks like that, just assume it's gonna be multiples unless you know for sure. Like with the huge big tornado swing, like that right there, that's usually only one. So if you see that one, remember it's a long hitbox, but it's usually only one attack. So you can punish that. There, right there, you can punish that pretty heavy with 2 or 3 attacks. Which I got 3 off there. This one's almost always multiples. She'll go for a while with that one, but always at least 2 or 3 or 4 hits. That's a pretty good one to punish right there. Ooh, I could have hit her again. But here we go with the double phase, the duplicate phase. If I knew it was coming, I probably could have killed her before she got it off. But now I'm just scrambling. I just want to get her dead. Get the heck out of this fight. I got 4 blood vials left. I think I have that Yosefka's also. So we really have 5 heals. Had to heal up to full there. That's a really crazy attack. Dodging around, getting some hits in, but almost got destroyed right there by both of them. Healing up, got 2 blood vials left. Clenching my butt cheeks, getting some hits in. Almost died there, going for the gusto. Got nailed right there. I've got 1 blood vial. Ooh, almost died. She's almost dead. Look at that health. Mergo's wet nurse. There's like 2 hits left. But there's 2 of them. And it's crazy. And I got no health. And I'm trying to flip through my belt. I need that Yosefka's blood vial. Come on, baby. Where are you at, Yosefka? Come on, Yosefka. Where you at, baby? Be a full heal. Ooh, it's almost a full heal. So now I have no heals. No heals, but that phase is over. 1 dodge. Bam, bam, bam. We are done with this game. Beat the last boss. Nightmare slain. You hear the baby cry, the infant crying. Just like you might be able to hear in the background of my commentary. But Nightmare slain is about to pop up. Not sure why it takes so long. Maybe to do the baby crying thing. Nightmare slain. That is the last boss. 1/3 of them vocal cord. So that's where you get that one. I don't know what I was talking about earlier. I already got the one from Yosefka. That's the one I have. This one is the second one. And the third one is if you go to Ariana. Her baby dies. She's in the sewer. All that business. If you go to her in the sewer, you get the third one. Then you consume all 3 of them, talk to Gehrman, refuse, and that's how you get to fight the Moon Presence, which is the the last of the last bosses. Besides like the Old Hunters DLC, but check it out.
Good hunter.
It's on fire.
You have come. Dawn will soon break. This night and this dream will end. Gehrman awaits you. at the foot of the great tree.
Cool. So that's the last thing she says. It's on fire. Tells us to go meet Garamond by the great tree, which is out the gate there down the path. I thought I could, you know how in other Souls games it asks you if you want to go to New Game Plus? Well, I couldn't figure that out with this game. I'm buying everything I can at the moment. I think, you know, I kind of screwed up here. I don't know. I really wanted to go back through the game and collect some more stuff, you know, use a bunch of my insight, buy some more things, upgrade my weapon, you know, just go back through some areas, grab some runes I missed, whatever. But I don't know. For some reason it won't let me. Like, I know in Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin you have to proceed to New Game Plus by selecting an option to do so. But with this game, it just throws you right into New Game Plus. You can't go back through the old areas and everything. So once you do this Garamond choice between refuse and submit, you're done. You're going to New Game Plus. So just take that into consideration.
Good hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
This kind of seems like the good ending.
My keen hunter, fear the blood.
I mean, everybody's happy, right? You get to wake up like it never happened. He's still there, gets to do his thing. You're doing what he wants you to do. Everybody's still the same. You know, if you do anything else, you got to kill Garamond, and you become him, and all this stuff. It's crazy. Like, I think this is the, you know, pretty much the good ending. I mean, people probably consider it the bad ending, but check this out. Cool. Wop. That's a cool visual right there with the big moon in the background as a backdrop. Garamond chopping your head off with the scythe. That is the submit ending to Bloodborne. So we beat the game finally. I know it took me like a year of playing it once a month or whatever. Something like that. 26 parts. A lot of them being an hour long. But we finally did it, guys. Beat Bloodborne. So now I've beat Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, and Bloodborne on my channel. We've done Dark Souls 2 speedruns. Also, beat the game in under 2 hours. So next up is Remastered. If I don't do a couple Dark Souls 2 speedruns in between, because I really have the itch to get back into doing those, because it's the only speedrun I do. But check it out, it's like nothing ever happened. He's back in the waking world, like, and he's alive. We're alive, we're in the waking world, it's all good, right? But yeah, if you come to this channel for FromSoft, for Bloodborne, for Dark Souls, next thing you should see, it might take a little bit, you know, I might do a few Gems of War videos in a row just to take a tiny break, maybe a week or two at most.
Farewell, good
But I'm going to
hunter.
start practicing Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the
May
First
you
Sin
find your
speedruns.
worth in the
I
waking
may or
world.
may not put one of those up. Maybe a live stream, I don't know, maybe. But if I don't, then I'm going to jump right into Remastered. So that's what you have to look forward to. Remastered at some point, no matter what. Whether I put up 1 or 2 Dark Souls 2 speedruns, or do a live stream or whatever. Remastered is coming, you know, at the latest within the next 2 months. Probably for sure within the next, I would say, 2 weeks. But here's the credits. We beat the game. We got the submit ending. We let Garamond lop our head off. We beat Bloodborne. Yay, finally. This playthrough is complete. This playlist is complete. And it's there for me forever, for anybody that wants to watch it. But yeah, Mergo's Wet Nurse, pretty easy. I found if you, not easy, as you can see, I almost got killed. But what I figured out was put on the Cainhurst Armor, or the Yarhargol set, black set, and bait her to do attack, run and get 1 or 2 attacks, and then get the heck out. And I think an arcane build would do really good against that boss fight. Or you can refuse Garamond and fight him, and he can be your last boss. Or you can consume the 3 umbilical cords from Yosefka, Mergo's Wet Nurse, and Ariana, and you can fight the Moon Presence after fighting Garamond. So there's 2 more bosses after that if you want. But I was just wanting to get it done. I had 30 minutes in this particular session, and I was just seeing how far I could get, and we got it done. The only thing I'm disappointed in is that I can't go back through, go back through the old areas and collect stuff and check stuff out and explore more. It puts you right into New Game Plus. I guess you would have to just do everything before you do the Garamond thing. Before you choose to submit or refuse, that's your time to go back into the old areas. When the workshop's burning and you haven't done anything with Garamond yet, that would be your time to do all the stuff you want to do that you didn't get to do before proceeding into New Game Plus. But yep, there's Bloodborne submit ending. Next up, either a Dark Souls 2 speedrun or remastered, and definitely remastered no matter what, eventually in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked it. We're done. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you if you're listening to this right now so much. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in remastered or Dark Souls 2 Scholar speedruns. Peace.